Okay, so now we get into the last video of this series around mass transformation. And actually, what I would like to say is, how do we get there? How do we get to a place where we're lonely with others in the room, married to someone and we don't speak anymore, it's just the usual stuff? How do we lose all of that? How do we lose the connection with life, really? Because here's the thing, you know, mass formation, isn't possible when we're connected. And that's why actually, and even Professor Desmond says this, you know, people have asked him, you know, why is it, who falls into this psychosis? Who falls into the hypnosis, You know, is it people who are uneducated, or, you know, who? And it's hard to pinpoint, he says, because it's all across the spectrum. But the ones, and in speaking to others who are less affected by it, it's like the child, I suppose, from the Emperor's New Clothes, or, you know, the ones that have experienced a great deal of hardship. Perhaps this is my own surmise, you know, based on myself. Those who have, you know, gone through a lot and generally tend to ask a lot of questions. Don't just go with the flow. So what I would like now to suggest is we are all looking, this is how I ended the last one actually, we're all looking, myself included, to some degree or another, for validation, assurance, love, acceptance, attention, all of those things. And you know, I think all of those things are deemed as, you know, sort of wrong. If someone, you know, how often do we hear, oh, she's just looking for attention, you know, that's why she's doing that, and whatever. And this, probably this is twofold, you know, well, it is twofold, and everything is paradoxical. But I think at the basis of it all, and let's go from there. Let's go quite deep, that I think at one time, a long time ago, the human race in the image and likeness of that, whatever that is, created this incredulous race of people, so diverse, with absolute free will to do as we please. I think at one point in time that we did just attend to each other. We did. We were so loving that there was nothing else. And we were just of service to each other. That's what we lived for, serving each other. And actually, wouldn't you say, I mean, we wouldn't have commerce, we wouldn't have business, we wouldn't exist without another human being to serve. That's why we have business. So, one could call me a dreamer, whatever, doesn't matter. I do think that at one point in our perfection, before we'd fallen from grace, only to realize again our perfection and ascend the rungs of self, letting go of all those old versions, to come back to a place where we recognize why we're here. We are here to love and support, and see each other thrive. Not here to beat each other up and kill each other, and we're not here for that. That wasn't the original intent. Not in my world. We're here to be in joy. Look at a child. Without a worry in the world, the average child, that is. So intact, so beautiful, so knowing, so loving, so pure. I walked along with a friend the other day and his son. Son's not quite 5. And we're chatting along, and the kiddo, I've only met him once before. Oh man, but the appreciation I have for children is, I can't even speak of it. They're so intact and so in tune. I think it's Russell Brand who told a story about, his buddy David Lynch, who had his nephews. I don't know the exact story, and it's probably changed a million times. But he talks of 2 children, 2 boys, brothers. One's 4, one's 2. 4-year-old is said to have ADD, so parents are struggling whatever with him, whatever, and he's just been a bad boy. And so he goes into the room where the 2-year-old is, in a crib or something, probably making a lot of this up. But the way that I remember the story is he goes into the room and he says to his brother, he's like, can you remind me what God is like? Because I don't remember anymore. I thought that was pretty precious. We're born from perfection, and we lose it quickly. We do. But the story, oh gosh, this beautiful child the other day, yes. We're walking along. He and I are having a great chat, and Daddy's, walking along beside. And he says to me, kiddo says, I love your hair. Like, what? It's coming from a kid, little boy. He says, I love your hair. And I was like, oh yeah? Why? Why do you love my hair? And he says, because it's purple. And I just breathed that in. Didn't say anything. I'm walking home. I'm over the moon because I've just seen so many children, so many precious, precious souls. So perfect, so intact, so beautiful, so smiley, unadulterated, unaffected by anything. They've got their masks on and stuff, and God bless them, just God bless them. I walk away, I'm thinking about this child, and why on earth did he say, like what? What? So many levels of what? It came to me that some of you have already got this. He sees colors. He sees auras or chakras. And you would have seen my crown chakra, the color of purple. I've heard this story before, where a friend of mine used to see red every time her father would get angry. She would see colors in different situations. Maybe it wasn't red, but she would see colors in different situations. And she was talked out of it. Ah, you're not seeing anything. You know, it's just your imagination. And there you go. That's how we lose our connectedness with all that is. We're talked out of it, snuffed out of us, whether by parents, well-meaning, you know, you don't have an imaginary friend, school, whatever. So we are born so perfect, so perfect. And with that perfection, our body is included. It's Dr. Zach Bush, or through him, that I learned that we actually have more virus. We are comprised of more virus than we are human cells. Trillions of them. We're actually walking viruses. And here we are, focused on one, because somebody said so. And it's, you know, like I've said many times, talking to ailments and talking to sickness, talk to the, you have corona in you right here, right now, and you did before, before this thing started running through your blood. It's all there, it's all here. We have everything. I haven't been to a doctor other than myself. I can't. Oh, the last time I did go was, 9 years ago, and I ended up in emergency for drinking copious amounts of water. That's in my TED speech. I know, silly, but it taught me many lessons. Even before that, I can't remember when I went to the doctor, because I've learned how to heal my body myself. But what is that even? What's healing your body actually? It's first developing a line of communication with it. It's yours. If you would treat your body like you would treat a 5-year-old child, you're ahead of the game. Body is so precious, and we've got it wrong. We've got it wrong. We've given ourselves away. So yeah, even, going back to my TED speech, though I was speaking about fitness and nutrition, the whole thing was about the onus is on ourselves to know ourselves, so that actually if we end up going to a doctor, we can tell them about us rather than expecting them to know what they need to do. And then actually, the need to go to someone else, lessons and lessons. Anyways, in my experience. So I started this with attention and assurance and love. We're all looking for it. We're all craving it. Craving, maybe that's a strong word. I think as human, being human, it's part of our nature. That's what I wish to say. It's natural to love and to praise. Oh goodness, it's natural for me. It's really natural. That's I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I don't mean that to sound like cute or whatever. It's just I love everybody. It's funny, not funny actually. Someone said to me, I was walking the other day, during the day, and I stopped over to chat with a woman. Her dog was barking and barking, and so I went up and started chatting with the dog and with this woman, and the dog calmed down. It was a little wee thing, right? And she calmed totally down, and I was petting her and everything. And the mama was like, yeah, she just wants attention. She just wants, you know, all that. And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, and actually I did say, well, here I am. I'm here to give it. I'm here to give you all my love, baby, little Charlie. And it's not just us. It's the animals. It's the animals. It's everything. It's the plants. It's all sentient beings that ask for our attention. I have another story about a couple. I was walking into the house one day. There's a man with a dog, and he's walking across the road, and the dog kneels down, or just lays down, and the dog, I don't know the name of this dog, massive sheep dog, I can't remember the name, but it has black with brown and white, massive, very slobbery. It's across the road, and it goes into a lying down position, like a sphinx actually, and it's looking directly at me, and it's just there, and the owner cannot get this dog up and move it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go say hello, and I go over and just play with the dog, which is massive, you know, my arms in its mouth and stuff, and it's like a child. It's just playing, and I just let it play. I just go with the flow, and that was it. It was fun. It was great. It was so touching. There's another situation of a friend with a dog. Sorry to bore you. But actually, I'll get into children in a second as well. So the situation with a dog, this was so touching as well. Another big one, a really big one, is about 140 pounds according to Daddy. And barking. You know, Daddy and I are talking. And the dog's barking, and, you know, the owner, his best friend, is a little bit annoyed because it's quite early in the morning, and, you know, he doesn't want to wake the neighbors. And I'm like, well, bring him out then. Let's, you know, he's looking for attention. And I proceed to give him all my attention, this dog. Within a couple of seconds, he's quiet, he's lying on the ground, belly exposed, and I'm petting him. Again, my arm was in his mouth, sort of. He's just wanting to have fun. He just wants attention. And you know, his best friend is rather annoyed with him. You know, calling him names and stuff. And I'm like, thinking to myself, he just wants attention. He just wants to be part of it all. So at the end of it, and this will lead me into the story about the child. At the end of it, I'm petting him. And I say, now look, I'm going to stop in a few seconds, and I'm going to get up, and I'm going to go. And it's all cool. It's all calm. And I slowly stopped petting him, rubbing his belly. And he reacted. And I was like, no. We have a deal. I told you already that I was going to get up and go. And he calmed down. That reminded me of little Tomaszko, who, little Tommy and his mom, Lenka, on a bus in Bratislava. Actually, we had about a half-hour ride going into Bratislava. And there was nowhere to sit, and I really wanted to sit down, actually, that day. And so I sat beside this pair. And little Tommy, if memory serves me correct, he's not quite 2. So, and Mum, I can't remember whether she speaks English or not. Anyways, I'm happy to just give Tommy all my attention. We play for half an hour. Mum did speak English. She's like, you know, he never responds like this. This is, you know, she was seeing her son do things that he'd never done. And he wanted to just carry on playing. And at the end of it, I asked her where they were going to get off, and I was going to get off before them. And so before, I think it was a couple minutes before I knew I was going to get off, I said to little Tommy, I said, look, sweetheart, I'm going to get off soon and I'm going to have to go. He doesn't understand me. He doesn't speak English. He's less than 2. He's a Slovak child. He doesn't have English around him. But it's not English. It's the language of the heart. I've been speaking to him in English the whole time. Anyways, I tell him that I'm going to go. I'm going to have to leave soon. And just because I didn't want it to be abrupt, but it was still not happy for him. I got up to go, and he put out both his hands, and Mum's just like, what the heck is going on? And it was just because I gave this child attention. I don't share this to like toot my own horn. I'm this is sort of like giving ideas to you to relate to others. It's the whole purpose of this, you know. So actually, I'll finish with the last story. This was in the summertime. Recently, I think it was on Canada Day in Ottawa. There for an event. Lots of people. I meet a lovely man and his son. And his son is again, I think maybe, he's not speaking, he's standing and walking. Around two. And he's in his pushchair. And Dad and I we're chatting. And within moments, I'm like, because the kid's sort of like acting up, as one would say, you know, and I was like, let's kneel down so that he's included. So Dad and I, so Dad and I are having this conversation, and but I made sure to include the little man, because I knew that's just give the kid attention. You know, it doesn't mean that Dad and I can't have a conversation. However, child needs to be included as well. So we talk, and you know, kid pops out of the pushchair. He's having a great time. He's having a load of fun, and then at some point, because Daddy's French, well, Mummy's she's still in hospital, just had their second child. Beautiful family, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So Daddy's speaking French. He's saying something to the little boy. I didn't know what it was. And I'm on my knees, right down at the level of this child. I'm gonna go. And the kid comes to me, completely surprised. I'm knelt down. And he puts his arms around me and his shoulder, his head on my shoulder, and he gives me a hug. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. We're naturally loving. As human beings, love is our natural state, as opposed to fear. Please remember, just remember that. Remember yourself, because it's all inside. I leave you with that, and be well. Be good to yourselves, be good to the person next to you. Be good to the stranger on the road who looks like he's not having a good day. God bless you. I love you.